raising awareness for heart health. We were talking to a cardiologist about the risk factors that you need to know. You asked, is this tomato? I said tomato.
Tomato.
Yeah.
Perfect. All right, the countdown is on to football's biggest night, from the preparations in San Francisco to the all-important ads to the food for your party. We're talking all things Super Bowl this morning.
Big game this weekend. And another big event kicks off tomorrow, the 2026 Chicago Auto Show. Jake will be back to give us a preview of the amazing show happening right at McCormick's place.
I want that truck that Jake was just
nice.
And then when he gets in another one, you're going to be like, I want that truck too.
That's possible.
Yeah, do some test driving. Well, let's take a live look outside. If folks are making plans for the auto show, staying in to watch the big game, what's on tap for this weekend, Caitlin?
Lots of changes happening. So this morning, you probably looked out the window and thought, oh, it's going to be a snowy day. Well, we did have rounds of snow earlier. Right now, radar is showing dry skies, but it is still cloudy, and I wouldn't be surprised to see a flurry here or there. But my goodness, we had drops in visibility, slick roads earlier this morning, which means side roads, your neighborhood, streets that haven't been plowed. I do expect slick roads still. Now, temperatures, they are pushing above freezing, so we're going to start that thaw. 33 at the lakefront and at O'Hare, 34 in Aurora, 35 in Morris. Temperatures in Northwest Indiana, those 20s, they're disappearing. Now seeing 34 in Gary. So for today, temperatures are going to be in the mid to upper 30s with that wind coming in quite strong at times. 30 to 35 mile per hour wind gusts, not out of the question. Tonight, dropping down to 10. So the mild conditions, they're not going to last for very long, as tomorrow is going to be a cold but sunny day. Temperatures right around 23 for your Saturday, but it will be a dry day. You can see our futurecast bringing the chance for a touch of snow this afternoon. Most of us, though, staying dry. Then we get into tonight. We're seeing some snow for our neighbors from LaPorte to Berrien County. Tomorrow is going to be, as mentioned, a sunny, good-looking day, but it is going to be cold. Moving into Sunday, increased cloud cover, and then next week we're starting off with very mild temperatures. Cannot wait for 43 degrees on Monday. Tuesday, right around 44. Then we have the chance for rain returning Tuesday into Wednesday. Temperatures then dropping back down into the 30s, 37 expected on your Wednesday, and then Thursday right around 34 degrees. So we are going to have a mild next week, but we do have to get through a cold and sunny Saturday first. Back to you.
Well, we could learn more today about the release of evidence in an ICE agent shooting involving a Chicago woman. Saquon is live this morning at the Dirksen Federal Building, where there is a key court hearing today. Morning, Say.
Hey, good morning to you. Well, federal prosecutors initially struck down a request to release that body camera video, but recently they actually said they would release it as long as the faces of those agents are blurred out. Now, guys, even if the video is made public here, it's really only one part of the evidence, and getting the rest of that evidence released is really the question at play today. Miramar Martinez, as we know, was shot 5 times by federal agents last October after getting into a collision with Border Patrol during Operation Midway Blitz. Now, even though all criminal charges against Martinez have been dropped, her attorney says DHS continues to call her a domestic terrorist. Because of that, her attorney filed a new motion just last month to lift the protective order, which is basically what's keeping Martinez from publicly sharing any evidence right now. Her team argues that she has the right to use that evidence to protect her reputation, and today's hearing also comes after Martinez testified on Capitol Hill, which, as we know, gained national attention.
I knew I had to get to safety before I was dragged from my car and likely beaten or killed. I drove forward and went around the Border Patrol agents, who jumped out of his car and pointed his gun at me. I moved to the far left lane, striking the curb on the far left side of Kedzie. The next thing I knew, I felt a burning sensation in my arms, legs, and that I had been shot by pepper balls.
Well, prosecutors again say that they are open to releasing that body cam footage, but they have publicly said in the past that they're hesitant to release any of the agents' private text messages. So today, really, it's up to a federal judge to decide whether all of that evidence will be released. That includes the body cam footage, as well as the text messages and any photos from that day. That hearing is set for 9:30, so in just a little less than half an hour. Back to you.
Yeah, Say, being that close to the hearing starting, are you already starting to see some activity, some folks going upstairs for it?
We haven't seen anyone actually quite yet, and we've heard some rumors this morning that this hearing might be pretty quick, so we're waiting here, and we're just waiting to see who all comes in. But as of right now, it's been pretty quiet.
Okay, all right, we'll check back in soon. Thank you. Well, the search for Nancy Guthrie, we were saying we thought that there would be some type of resolution by today. It's now a 6th day since she disappeared.
And here's the latest. The brother of the Today anchor, Savannah Guthrie, is making another desperate plea for the safe return of their mother after the passing of a ransom deadline.
Whoever is out there holding our mother, we want to hear from you. We haven't heard anything directly. We need you to reach out, and we need a way to communicate with you so we can move forward. But first, we have to know that you have our mom. We want to talk to you, and we are waiting for contact.
Authorities now confirming that ransom demanded a transfer of money by 5 p.m. Mountain Time last night. A second deadline for payment is set for Monday. Police have not named any suspects in Nancy's disappearance. The FBI is now offering $50,000 for information leading to an arrest. Meanwhile, police did make an arrest in connection to a fake ransom note that demanded money for Nancy's safe return.
You always see people taking advantage of people in their tough time already. And speaking of a tough time, we do have breaking news that we're following here at home. Please take a good look at your screen, okay? Even if you're moving around. Authorities have put out an Amber Alert for the missing boy on the left side of your screen. He's from North Judson, Indiana. 2-year-old Saxon Clemens was last seen yesterday afternoon. He is believed to be in extreme danger. Police are looking for the man on your right, 44-year-old suspect Dwayne Clemens. He is driving a silver 2017 Chevy Trailblazer with Indiana license plate CRS 242, and you want to call police if you have any information.
The first installment of Cook County's property tax bills is being pushed back. This all began with a delay in last year's second installment bills. Cook County Treasurer Maria Pappas says this is on County Board President Tony Preckwinkle. Last year, property tax bills got delayed for months due to tech problems. But when we talked to Treasurer Pappas on Chicago Live, she said this didn't have to happen. 10 years ago, the county signed a contract with a tech company. They were supposed to modernize the property tax system in 3 to 5 years. Apparently, that did not happen. Instead of keeping the old system running, Pappas says the board shut it down. They only use the new one, and she says the new one doesn't work. So the bills couldn't go out. She says people in Cook County are still waiting on $168 million in refunds.
We can't write any checks because there's no system to send the checks out. I don't think very highly of this company. I asked the Board of Commissioners and Preckwinkle 7 years ago to cancel this contract. I've written 25 letters on it. And you know what? It's like talking to the wall. It's like looking for toilet paper in the bathroom. Everybody's like sucking their thumb and nobody listens.
An officer made the call to not run both systems at once, but Pappas says Preckwinkle hired him, so it's on her. We reached out to Preckwinkle's office. They are looking over the comments and say they will get back to us. We are just a few days away from the biggest night in football.
Okay, do you know what you're going to eat yet?
No, not yet. I don't
have
know.
some wings.
Probably
Wings,
pizza.
pizza, yeah, that's the dynamic duo for the game. Ahead of Sunday's game, some of the NFL's brightest stars are honored in San Francisco.
That includes a couple of the Bears. A few monsters of the Midway got some recognition at last night's NFL Honors Award ceremony. Among the awards given away, I really like this one. It's new. It's the inaugural Protector of the Year, which is given to the league's most outstanding offensive lineman over a single NFL season. That honor went to Bears left guard Joe Thuney. This was his first season with the Bears after a trade with the Chiefs. It's hard to think. We just got him for, what, like a 3rd or 4th round pick or something like that?
Cheap, got him on the cheap, yeah.
Right. Worth every dollar. Well, Caleb Williams and DJ Moore, they took home the Next Gen Stats Moment of the Year award. We will never forget about this one. They were recognized for this play right here. Caleb Williams throwing the game-winning touchdown pass to DJ Moore in walk-off fashion. Week 16, beating the Packers.
There were so many moments between them that you could have picked, but that one is just...
I'm so tired of seeing that highlight. I can only say maybe another 100 times.
Says no Bears fan ever. Yeah. Olympic organizers are making final preparations ahead of the opening ceremonies. The Winter Games kick off today in northern Italy. This is the first year the games will take place in 2 locations, Milan and the small mountain town of Cortina. I was watching the video of Lindsay Mackenzie Vaughn do some of her
Swatting.
warm-ups, you know? And I'm like, she is Teflon tough, and
With the blown out ACL.
What ACL?
blown out ACL and knee surgery that she's already out on the other knee. So wishing all of the athletes the best. You know, sometimes it all adds up in your favor. We're hoping that for the Olympians. And that's the case for the Illinois State math champions who are celebrating their achievement in LaGrange Park.
That is where we find our Roseanne Tejas this morning. Hey, Roseanne.
Hey, we are in the midst of a celebration here, so I'm going to have a hard time hearing you. These kids are celebrating. They're the Brook Park third graders, part of second, first graders who are all celebrating a win in this Prodigy State Challenge. So let me just ask, can I ask how excited everybody is? Are you excited? Yeah! Oh, wow. Well, there you go. I have with me right now Kelsey Lambert, and she's the third grade teacher who's going to tell me a little bit about this competition. It's not part of the curriculum, but it's a math program that helps the kids. How?
Yeah, so it's actually a math and reading program, and it's used more as supplemental work. So we do it during times when we need to have some skills that we need to practice. So we practice our math and our reading skills when we have a little bit of extra time. And really it just makes learning fun for the kids. So they absolutely love it.
I think they love this big payoff too. They're going to get some swag. I see some gifts and things from Prodigy.
Yeah, they already sent us quite a few gifts. So.
Oh, well, that's wonderful. And so tell me just a little bit more about, well, how excited are they that they are the champions?
They just found out that they were the champions about last week or so. So the excitement has been brewing and finally culminating in today. And they're excited to be a part of a few of the classes that got recognized. So.
Yeah, I heard they answered an insane number of questions correctly.
Yeah.
It was like 10,000? Or no, 17,000, I think, and 500 questions answered correctly. So hats off to them.
Yeah, absolutely.
And do you think it really sort of encourages a greater interest in math?
Yeah, I think math and reading, it's a great way for them to practice skills that are at their level. And it kind of gives them a comprehensive range of questions, so challenges their learning abilities.
Well, we'll let you all celebrate. Thank you so much for talking to us. Thank you guys for letting us be here. How super awesome. We're with superstars this morning. What a nice way to start the day. Back to you guys in the studio.
Perfect Friday atmosphere. Yeah, nothing better than like a group of kids all excited, especially for an educational.
For sure.
There you go,
Math,
yeah.
too. Yes, yeah. Well, as we head to break, we want to remind you that the Chicago Bears are hosting their 37th annual coat drive.
Yeah, we talked with Henry Melton yesterday, former Bear. Well, the Bears, along with Jewel Osco, the Salvation Army, and Sherway Movers, they're asking for your coat donations. Just drop them off at participating Jewel Osco stores now through February 16th. You can find more information online at chicagobears.com/coat drive. We'll be right back.
right, everybody, 9:15. Oh, we're giving you a live look out that just makes it feel so frigid. But remember, we're kind of, looking towards some better days, not too far from now. So just hang on in there. President's Day is right around the corner as well, and there are a lot of ways to honor the holiday across Chicago. Jason Lesnevich, Senior Director of Cultural Tourism of Choose Chicago, joining us again. We always love having you in studio. You always got great tips on, things to do around town. President's Day, perfect time to celebrate the legacy. And, of course, it really revolves around Illinois.
It does.
Yeah.
Obviously we have great presidents from Illinois, Abraham Lincoln, great ties to Chicago. One of the best places to explore his legacy is the History Museum. They have a permanent exhibition called Abraham Lincoln. You can see his life mask that was made just before he died, his deathbed, the bed he died in. And of course, the exhibition explores his legacy from his election to his presidency and beyond. I always tell people to step outside the History Museum and see one of the best Lincoln monuments in Chicago. It's called the Standing Lincoln. It's from 1887, famous sculptor Augustus St. Gaudens. And then if you're really into history and you want to celebrate America's 250th anniversary this year, History Museum will have year-round programming. So they have an art exhibition in their lobby that explores an artist's interpretation of the Declaration of Independence. And they're going to do this with 3 other historical documents year-round. And then, of course, they have a actual President's Day event. So great place to explore Abraham Lincoln.
Year-round, year-round. And, of course, a few years after Lincoln, there was Obama, President Obama.
Yeah, I love to tell people to go down to Pullman neighborhood. Obama designated it a national monument in 2015. It is now a historical park. You really learn the history of one of the first industrial towns. The architecture is amazing. And you can learn about the Pullman Porters, the first black labor union in America. And of course, Michelle Obama's grandfather was a Pullman Porter. So lots of great connections. I always tell people to eat at Lexington Betty's down there, some of the best barbecue.
Good food.
Or old-fashioned donuts. Amazing donut shop in Roseland. So lots of Obama connections. Of course, in Hyde Park, you have Valois, where you can order off his favorite menu. You can see the home. And you could see soon the to-be-open Obama Presidential Center in June.
Just a few more months, just a few more months, Okay, so 2026, you pointed out, the 250th anniversary of the signing of the Declaration of Independence. Are there some other opportunities to learn more or to do more in a milestone year around here?
Yeah, there'll be programming. The Symphony Orchestra will have a series of concerts in June. The Botanic Gardens opening up an amazing exhibition in June around gardens, the history of gardens.
I love it.
International Jazz Day is coming to Chicago, April 30th. We're an amazing jazz town. History of jazz, it's an American genre to celebrate. So there will be all sorts of celebrations year-round. We're gathering all those, getting them on our website so people can explore everything around the anniversary.
And then remind us, of maybe some other just fun things that'll be happening throughout the weekend that you know of.
So I will, throughout the weekend, I'll say there's lots of connections to presidents. I don't know a ton of President's Day celebrations, but go to Navy Pier. One of the unique presidential links to Navy Pier is George H. Bush learned to land planes on an aircraft carrier during World War II. He was stationed at Navy Pier. There was the USS Sable that was docked next to it, and planes have taken off and landed right there next to Navy Pier during World War II.
Right. Yeah, there's history all around us every day, So many opportunities to just learn more and have some fun while we're doing it.
Absolutely.
Always love having you here. We'll see you again very soon, Jason. We're going to break right now as we take a live look at the White House today.
Who's the celebrity?
Welcome back. Time now, 9:21. Had a little bit of snow earlier today, but we got some warmer temperatures coming soon. Chicago, we definitely deserve it. Well, the Super Bowl is almost here, but not all of us are going to be watching for the football, where we would be if the Bears were playing. But studies show 18% of people watch the big game just for the ads. Dennis Ryan has personally created more than a dozen Super Bowl commercials over his career. He's joining us once again to talk about the huge investments that companies are making into these games. Thanks again for being here.
Thank you, Brian. Nice to see you. And you know, if you've been on YouTube, you've already seen a good deal of the ads. So,
speaking of that, what is the strategy? You said most of us are looking forward to Sunday to watch the commercials, but why release some of these early?
Well, think of how much money it costs. I mean, just running them. They sold out Super Bowl ad inventory in September.
Wow.
And that was at $7 or $8 million. Today, they're going for $10 million if you can get them. And now they're selling packages because it's NBC between the Super Bowl and the Winter Olympics in Italy. So the numbers are crazy. And when you're doing that, and you have 130 million people watching, which never happens, you want to get the most out of it. So you're doing you see all kinds of stunts to get just to leak them, to promote them. But by now, I say I've probably already seen 3/4 of them in their entirety.
Now, when you say $8 or $10 million, obviously a lot of money. At what point is that money worth it?
It's definitely worth it. There is no audience of this size anywhere during the year. And so this is the audience that if you need to raise your brand, I mean, you can talk about product things, but this is really about elevating, we're here, this is what we stand for, and that's why you see things like Budweiser and Jeep and advertisers like that.
You mentioned Budweiser. I think we got a spot from Budweiser. Let's take a look at that one.
I'm as free as a bird now, and this bird will never change. Oh, and the bird you cannot change. Lord, I can't change. Won't you fly?
Walk us through, I guess, the creation and the thought process, because there's literally no track. We're just kind of like, it's almost like a mini movie.
Actually, because we didn't hear it in the
Okay.
It is Lynyrd Skynyrd's Freebird, which is a 9-minute song. To cut 9 minutes down to 60, it's a little bit bumpy of a musical edit, but when they have that Pegasus moment and the eagle spreads its wing above the Clydesdale and then you get made from America, I mean, it is pushing every button there is, and there's a great joke at the end of that thing. I think that one's going to do extremely well.
When it comes to creating these commercials, is it more about the brand wanting to sell their own story, or is it maybe an ad company coming up with a creative idea and selling the company on their idea?
No, usually these are relationships you have with the advertisers. I mean, you can't really create a Clydesdales ad without kind of knowing the brand and knowing what they're really driven by. But you know, there are some agencies that are able to pitch things. There's going to be a Mr. Beast ad for it's Slack, I think. Slack and Salesforce did a combination. And Jimmy Donaldson pitched them on the idea, and so they're running his. But for the most part, these are big clients that have agency relationships.
And speaking of these relationships, we just watched Budweiser, which has the classic Clydesdales. We also see a lot of celebrities in some of these ads. Is that what grabs the consumer's attention? Is it the creativity of the entire ad, or maybe just seeing somebody that they recognize pitching a brand?
You know what? The recognition makes you feel comfortable with it right away, or sets an expectation. I think something like 80% of the ads will be comedy, and over 70% will have celebrities in them. So in many ways, you're spending this kind of money. It's a way to guarantee attention, because celebrities bring in their own audiences. You know, there is a State Farm ad that has Cat's Eye, like this a wonderful young international pop group. And there are people, if you look at the comments, they comment, oh, there's Cat's Eye. They're in the background. It doesn't matter. it makes people really connect to the commercials.
When it comes to Sunday, is there maybe one that you think everybody's going to be talking about come Monday morning?
Well, you know, the Clydesdale ad always wins, I think, or will do very well. There are two other ads I think are going to get a lot of talk value. Raisin Bran did something with William Shatner. And then you have Hellman's Mayonnaise with Andy Samberg. And both of them here we got William. This is the most juvenile comedy you will see, which is ironic given that he's 94. But
wow,
he's going by Will Shat. So just guess what the jokes are about. And it's brand fiber. So it is relentless. Now here's Andy Samberg. He channels Meal Diamond. And it is so Andy, it's so funny. And Elle Fanning shows up for no particular reason, but she's lovely and fun. So it's just, I think there's just great energy in a lot of those ads, and you're going to see a lot more of them.
I'm looking forward to it. No matter what happens on the football field, we'll all be watching the commercials.
Well, there you go.
I appreciate your time this morning.
Thanks, Brian.
All right, time's now 9:27. We'll be right back with much more on this Friday edition of Good Day Chicago.
All right, welcome back, everyone. It's 9:30, and right now we are waiting to hear about a potential ruling on releasing evidence in the case of a Chicago woman who was shot by an ICE agent in the fall.
Miramar Martinez was accused of ramming a Border Patrol agent's car back in October. She was shot multiple times. Charges filed against her were later dropped. Martinez's lawyer says releasing body cam footage and other forms of evidence will ensure that the debate around her case is based on the facts. Well, it's a sporting event industry experts often call the Super Bowl music's biggest stage, with millions tuning in for the halftime show.
That's right. And this year, of course, is going to be another one for the history books, with Bad Bunny set to become the first Latino male artist to headline the big mashup.
I'm getting my moves ready already. I'm getting my moves ready. Ashley Dvorkin is outside Levi Stadium in Santa Clara. Are you getting your moves ready too?
Absolutely. Good morning, Anita, Brian, Mike. Yes, I am definitely getting my moves ready. I cannot wait for halftime. We're out here at Levi's Stadium, and as the teams, as the Patriots and the Seahawks are hitting the field to practice for the big day, so are the musical artists. Check it out.
Bad Bunny in the building.
While the Super Bowl is about football, excitement is growing as millions prepare to watch Latin superstar Bad Bunny's halftime show performance. Fresh off music's biggest night after recently making history at this year's Grammys, Bad Bunny says he's grateful to take on music's biggest stage this weekend.
I feel more excited about the people than even me. They happy because this moment, the culture.
No word yet if any guest stars will make an appearance alongside him, but Bad Bunny is promising to bring the party.
I know that the world is going to be happy at this Sunday. They don't even have to learn Spanish. They just, it's better if they learn to dance.
But Bad Bunny won't be the only musical act.
I've been rehearsing this in my head for months, if that makes sense.
Before kickoff, Charlie Puth will sing the national anthem. Coco Jones will perform Lift Every Voice and Sing.
With Lift Every Voice, there's so much hope and tenacity that I relate to.
And Brandy Carlisle will belt out America the Beautiful.
This is a song about a country, a beautiful country that ebbs and flows in terms of hope, and it's a work in progress.
And we also have Green Day headlining the opening ceremony here, and there are concerts throughout the Bay Area all weekend, including tonight, Post Malone and Sting. Back to you.
So many genres are included in it. I saw an Instagram post this morning that teaches you Spanish for Bad Bunny songs. So I got to read up on that too.
Our Duolingo.
Yeah. Thank you so much, Ashley.
Right, but mostly practice dancing.
Yeah.
Thank you.
That's universal. Right?
Yeah, we could get that quicker.
All right, checking in with Mike for a look at this weekend forecast. We had a little bit of snow. What's on tap the rest of this Friday?
This is an historic day, Brian and Anita. You know why? Because it's above freezing.
Amen.
It is above freezing for the first time since January the 16th. 33 right now at O'Hare. We're not done. We got a few more degrees to go despite all the cloud cover. That downside right there, that north-northwest wind blowing about 18 miles per hour. So what it feels like on your exposed skin, 22. But at least we're not dealing with sub-zero wind chills. Look at these. LaSalle, Peru, 37. Wow. Finally getting up into the 30s in northwest Indiana. Valparaiso, 30. But at Gary, it's 34. Along Chicago's lakefront, it's 34. Even in Waukegan, that far north, it is 33 degrees. Now, compared with 9 a.m. yesterday, it's a double-digit bump up. 12 degrees warmer at Midway, Joliet, 13 degrees warmer at Woodstock, and also in Merrillville. And while it won't be 13 degrees warmer in the afternoon, it is still going to be a few degrees warmer. But the winds have picked up. As expected, coming in out of the north-northwest now, some gusts to more than 20, including a 28 at Midway, 30-mile-an-hour wind gust at Gary, so it is going to be a blustery afternoon. Snow that came through this morning, even some graupel, and if you missed it, we had thunder snow. Lightning was reported by Montrose Harbor this morning. That is all off to the east. There could be a spotty snow shower this afternoon. It's not going to be a big deal. Shows up here in our Weather Authority Futurecast, a couple little blips of blue there. You're not going to be shoveling anything out there today. Maybe a couple peaks of very late afternoon sunshine, but I think tonight skies will clear. You might see a little bit of lingering lake effect, say in LaPorte and Berrien County tomorrow morning. But tomorrow should be a fairly sunny day, but it is going to be much colder. Then, as slightly milder air comes in, there's a small chance, about an hour and a half of snow tomorrow night. That is not a big deal. And then on Sunday, we should be close to freezing under mostly cloudy skies. And then it's off to the races, temperature-wise, starting on Monday. Today, maybe a spotty afternoon snow shower, cloudy and blustery with a high of 36 degrees. Tonight it gets cold. I'll go with 10 for the official low at O'Hare, but a lot of us suburbanites are going to see lows in the single digits. 7-day forecast. We have a dry weekend on the way, 25 tomorrow, 32 Sunday, and then look at these 40s on the way. 42 Monday, 48 on Tuesday, 42 degrees Wednesday with a chance for some rain, and then we'll back it down to 40 degrees for the high on Thursday. Got a couple of photos to share with you. How about this one? A beautiful sunrise over St. Charles. Missy Cook showing us that little thin ray of sun yesterday morning. As the sun was coming up, we saw something similar downtown. Good picture there, Missy. And our second photo from Kathy Abretsky, giving us a look at some of the sunny skies amid some cirrus cloud cover there in Porter, Indiana. And it looks like some virga. Sometimes those high, thin clouds actually leak out a few little ice crystals. I think that's what I'm seeing there. Good pictures. Thank you both for sharing them with us here at Fox 32. Anita's wearing red with good reason.
I have very good reason this morning. I want to make sure we are raising awareness about heart health, heart disease, knowing your numbers, all of those things. Around February, we start to see a lot of red. Of course, some of that is for Valentine's Day, of course, but today, it's for matters of the heart, women's heart health. Dr. Sadia Khan, a cardiologist at Northwestern Medicine and volunteer with the American Heart Association, joining me to help inform our sisters out there. Thank you so much, and you look lovely in your red.
Good morning. You do too. I love that shade.
Thank you. Cardiovascular disease, of course, #1 killer of women. That's pretty shocking all of these years later that we're still saying that, but how can we take better care of our heart?
This is such an important question, and I'm so excited to really represent this day and really think about how we can use the message from this day every day of the year. Cardiovascular disease is the leading cause of death for women. We think a lot about our risk for breast cancer, our screening mammograms. It's front of mind, but not as much about matters of the heart and thinking about the things that matter in terms of making sure we're knowing our numbers. So get tested, talk with your primary care doctor about your weight, about your blood pressure, about your cholesterol, and your risk for diabetes. These are all things we can then act on.
Yeah, and I think it's so important that we really emphasize that our issues can present differently than men.
This is such an important part of what we're trying to raise awareness for. If you Google heart attack, the picture is of a man. Yet, women are just as likely to present to the hospital with symptoms that may not be typical of a heart attack. It may not be chest pain, but thinking about any discomfort in the chest, lightheadedness, nausea, fatigue, any symptoms that may be unusual and getting checked out. I think we're all much more likely to care for people around us than to take care of our own heart first.
Yeah, and we can often think that it's something else, you know, like, oh, it's indigestion or, oh, the stomach flu, and it can really be something way more serious.
Absolutely. Anything that's new or different, particularly if it's something that's coming on when you're trying to do a routine exercise that didn't bother you before, going up a flight of stairs, those are things that should be checked out.
Yeah, okay. And I mentioned knowing your numbers at the beginning of our conversation. Let's go over some of the things that we should know when it comes to that specific, phrase.
Yeah, absolutely. The American Heart Association has a My Life Check. Anyone can go online and assess their cardiovascular or heart health. And there are 4 factors that are associated with health behaviors. So tobacco cessation, if you are smoking, your physical activity levels, your dietary intake, and your sleep health. That's a really important one for women because we know a lot of times during pregnancy, in the postpartum period or menopause, sleep can be really affected, and we often just try to suffer through it, but will be really important to your heart health. So those are the health behaviors that we focus on. Then there are 4 clinical factors: your weight, your blood pressure, your cholesterol levels, and your glucose levels for diabetes risk. So altogether, those 8 things comprise your My Life Check or My Heart Check.
Yeah, every time I go to the doctor, I write the numbers down just so at least I have, some type of working frame of mind as to where I was when I see the new numbers. Thank you so much. We always appreciate being able to call on you for raising awareness. Thank you.
Thank you. Go Red.
Whether you are staying in to host a get-together with your friends or family, or maybe you're heading to a sports bar to celebrate with other fans, you got to have snacks. It's a crucial part of a successful Super Bowl party. And here to tell us what they've got cooking for game day is Tyler Garrels with Jake Melnick's Corner Tap. If there is a Mount Rushmore of wings, Jake Melnick's is on it here in Chicago. Isn't that right, Tyler?
Oh, absolutely. You see, Jake Melnick's Corner Tap has been a fan favorite sports bar and event space ever since we opened our doors in 2002. That's been 24 long years of keeping Chicago sports fans happy. Now, we've been able to achieve that not only with our ambiance, but also with our menu. Now, it offers anything from mouth-watering barbecue to classic American pub fare to world-famous chicken wings. Now, you can either catch the big game here this Sunday at Jake's, and if you're not able to for any reason, you can order catering to bring the party to home. Now, for the first time ever, we're offering a build-your-own tower option, which, if you're looking to elevate that game day spread for your whole family and friends, you're able to take our classic game day tower and assemble it in your own kitchen. Now, it's going to include 48 bone-in or boneless wings, up to 4 different sauces. Now, if you're wanting to get these catering options, you have up until tomorrow at 5 p.m. to put in those orders. Now, again, it's tomorrow at 5 p.m. for those Sunday orders. Now, if you're looking for information, you can find all of it at our link at jakemelnicks.com.
All right, hold on here, Tyler, because already Brian Jackson is licking his chops about the wings. Are you phoning in your order right now? He's getting ready for that. This tower of wings that is here, I mean, that looks spectacular. And you say you can pick a bunch of different sauces. Can you go, flats or drums, mix it any way you want?
Absolutely, you get a whole variety. Now, if you're looking for a variety to please everyone at the party, you have everything from regional favorites with our Kansas City barbecue to our traditional buffalo, or if you're looking up to kick things up a bit, we can do our fan favorite poncho wings or personal favorite firecracker as well. The variety is spice of life to keep everyone at your party happy.
All right, what other tips have you got maybe to keep the party successful there, other than just serving the fantastic food that you've got there? Who is that? Is that a huge pretzel there in front of you?
It's not a huge pretzel. Now, this is a biggie pretzel, arguably the biggest we could possibly find. Now, the tips to bringing, everything to the table at your Super Bowl party is bringing actually everything to the table. Now, we don't only have this wonderful tower of wings here, we also have this large biggie pretzel, easy to tear into with friends, as well as parm garlic fries, our pulled pork platters, and barbecue ribs. And if you're looking to make the kiddos happy, as well as the adults, why not bring in a tray of our homemade mac and cheese? Now, no matter who's playing on the field, you will end up the winner.
This looks fantastic. Now, here's a question for you, Tyler. Do you still have tables available there at Jake Melnick's for this Sunday, or are you fully booked up? Be honest now.
Well, now, here's the thing. This is our first year ever taking reservations through Open Table. So always keep an eye out there. We should have a few tables opening up today. But if there's any openings at all, keep your eyes on that. And for any reason, if you can't make it in this Sunday, again, catering orders, get them in by 5 p.m. tomorrow. Information at jakemelnicks.com.
All right, and then you've got this tower of suds there to your right. I mean, that looks like the perfect way to wash some of this stuff down, huh?
Well, no, absolutely. This tower of suds is our beer tower that we feature in-house. Sadly, not a catering option this time. Now, you can't get that catering, but you can absolutely enjoy it if you come in this Sunday and catch a game here at Jake Melnick's.
Tyler, I want to thank the good folks at Melnick's. They have sent over some wings. I'm going to take a little bite here. Do you know which kind this is?
Please do. I believe
pepper.
Firecracker.
Lemon pepper.
Game on, our wing of the month this month, featuring our dry rub lemon pepper. Absolutely.
I wish I could talk to you more, Tyler, but I have to eat now. So we thank you for joining us, and I'm sure that Stuart, our photographer, is going to be interested in helping you with that biggie pretzel. Thanks, and stay busy at Jake Melnick's.
Thank you all so much.
Great show there. Thank you very much. Jake Hamilton is at the auto show, and Jake, I would love to share some wings with you if you hook me up with that Ram truck that you showed a little while ago.
It seems like a fair trade, Mike Kaplan. Listen, you have my address. Just go ahead and have them sent over to my house. Listen, dude, we are live out here at the Chicago Auto Show. Any auto show can invite you out to come out and look at the cars. But you know what's great about this one? You get behind the wheel and you take them as fast as they'll let you go. Not very fast, but as fast as they'll let you go. We'll tell you more coming up.
Okay, all of our breath smells like lemon pepper now. Hopefully we don't
We're
have
one
any.
big family. We'll be all right.
We have, did I get it all?
You're good. You're
okay,
good.
all right, okay. So ready, set, drive now. We are heading back over to the 2026 Auto Show, which kicks off tomorrow.
Jake is at McCormick Place giving us a special preview this morning.
Jake, have you made a selection for real for I know not that long ago you bought a vehicle, very nice one, but have you seen anything that's caught your eye there?
You know, I'm in the market for you guys. I'm not a selfish reporter who does live shots. I come out and I think, what can I bring back? In the same way, I'm assuming you're holding some wings for me. I am picking out a car for you guys. But I got to tell you, whenever you come out to the Chicago Auto Show, there are going to be some makes and models that you know offhand, right? But what if I told you you could be introduced to maybe a whole brand of cars that maybe you're not even familiar with? My man Mike is going to tell us all about it. Mike, you are with Polestar, a beautiful car, but I mean, forgive me for saying this, I was really unfamiliar with the brand, but what I've seen so far looks gorgeous, man. How much of something like the Chicago Auto Show is a great opportunity to educate people?
For sure. Thanks, Jake. So yeah, I mean, Polestar is a relatively young brand. People may recognize us. We used to be the motorsports arm of Volvo back in the 90s and early 2000s, and since we've branched off and formulated our own brand named Polestar. We are a Swedish electric performance EV brand. This is our second time here at Chicago Auto Show, and to your point, get people in the cars, experience who we are and what we do.
You know, and I want to sort of bring that home, because if you look kind of in the distance over here, you guys are right next to sort of the test track. So it's one thing to come out and say, looks good, you can open the door, you can look inside and say, hey, it looks beautiful. It's another thing to say, hey, I want to know what this feels like, and that's exactly what you're letting people do out there.
Absolutely, and that's the main goal here. Is it's one thing to see it on the internet or scrolling through your phone, but to get in the seat, behind the wheel, press the pedals, press the buttons, experience the technology, that's what really seals the deal for a lot of people. And let's be honest, no one's just going to buy a car that you see online, right? You want to go experience it. We're here with our colleagues from Polestar Lyle, who's our local dealer here in the Chicagoland area, so super proud to be at this show. Again, it's one of the largest consumer shows in the country, and for us, that's huge.
Now, you said this was your second year at the Chicago Auto Show. What was that first year like? Was it a lot of people coming up and going, I'm learning about the brand? Was it a lot of like, it was kind of, you know, people walked away educated, I'm sure.
Absolutely, and kudos to Polestar Lyle and what they've done for the consumers. And here we're with the Polestar 4, so we have 2 cars for sale currently in the U.S. Last year was the Polestar 3, which is the SUV, the gray one in the distance. This one here is the Polestar 4, which just went on sale in December. So we now offer 2 SUVs for this market, which is huge for us in our brand. This is a very SUV-driven market here in the U.S. So we're very proud and happy to be here at the show to showcase both of these great products.
Mike, we appreciate you taking the time, man. Congratulations. Welcome back to Chicago. Good to see you guys. All right, the Chicago Auto Show kicks off tomorrow, runs through Monday the 16th. You can get tickets online. It's very affordable for the whole family. We're going to have Scott Schneider out here a little bit later in the day, probably the biggest car enthusiast at Fox 32. Scott's going to be out here running around having a great time. But for now, that's it for Good Day Chicago. As we go to break, we'll be right back.
All right, Super Bowl weekend. I'm going to say it's here. It's 10 a.m. on a Friday, so it's Super Bowl weekend, right?
Oh, yeah. Well, of course.
Okay,
Yes.
so Super Bowl weekend here. It can be a difficult time, though, for folks who are struggling with a gambling addiction. This is just like, it's going to be a difficult day to get through. So we are going to be speaking with a gambling addiction expert about the risks and maybe how to mitigate some of that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I just walked in here, right? And the Griffin Museum of Science and Industry is here, and they're wearing blue gloves. And I said, what are we doing with these gloves? We have a very fun artifact that we can't touch, by the way.
Darn it.
I don't have gloves. But we're talking about Artemis 2, the launch that's expected to send humans back to the moon.
The moon. This keeps getting delayed.
Back to the moon, I think on the 8th. So we're going to dive into that with the Griffin Museum of Science.
Griffin MSI, all that and more coming up on a fun Friday edition of Chicago Now. Stay with us.
To the moon.
To the moon and back.
It took 3 weeks, but we've finally done it. It's above freezing in Chicago, and we have even